Alright, I know I made a long, in-depth version of this video before, where I covered all the Elmo's World episodes used in Season 21 of the Mario Show, used on Mario Show episodes that have Elmo's World segments on them. But now I'm going to do a quick recapped version of the video, which is much shorter. So, Season 21 of the Mario Show would start from September 2nd, 2002 to January 17th, 2003. And Season 21 of the Mario Show would be produced during 2 different seasons of Sesame Street, with Season 21 being produced during both Season 33 and Season 34 of Sesame Street, with the first 50 episodes of Season 21 being produced during Season 33 of Sesame Street, and the last 50 episodes of Season 21 being produced during Season 34 of Sesame Street. And as such, some of the puppets used for the characters are altered. The Season 33 produced Season 21 Mario Show episodes would have the 1997 Elmo puppet on them, as well as 4 Season 34 produced Mario Show episodes from Season 21 that would also have the 1997 puppet on them, and the other 6 Season 34 produced Season 21 episodes would have a newer Elmo puppet that would be introduced in Season 34. And that puppet would be used in 6 of them. With Elmo's World segments, of course. If Elmo is the main character in the main plot of the Mario Show episode, that is. And the first 36 episodes of Season 21 would have the 2001 Columbia TriStar Domestic Television logo, but then, beginning with episode 37 of Season 21, they would switch over to the 2002 Sony Pictures Television logo. And also, as for the Sesame Workshop logo in Season 21, it uses the red roof and the purple house. And the Sesame Workshop logo, for the very first time in Season 21, would have sparkling sound effects playing over it. Those exact same sparkling sound effects would also be heard in Season 34 of Sesame Street and Season 22 of the Mario Show. Except that what's different about Season 21 of the Mario Show is that the Sesame Workshop logo does not have the byline. Compared to Season 34 of Sesame Street and Season 22 of the Mario Show, which have a byline in the Sesame Workshop logo reading a non-profit educational organization. Okay. Now, to give a quick recap, episode 2106, which is Fred the Fish's Sleepy Day, would air on Monday, September 9th, 2002. Has the Elmo's World Sleep segment from Season 4 during Season 33 of Sesame Street, with the Seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme from 2000 to 2003. Has the yellow background with Yoshi in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident. Episode 2110, Rosalina Takes Mario to Get a Haircut, aired on Friday, September 13th, 2002, has the Elmo's World Hair segment from Season 2 during Season 31 of Sesame Street, with the Seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before the segment starts. Has the pink background with Princess Peach in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 2000 PBS Kids dot transformation ident. Now, episode 2111, which is Mario's Brand New Phone, Mario's Brand New Phone, would air on Monday, September 16th, 2002, has the Elmo's World Telephone segment from Season 2 during Season 31 of Sesame Street, Again, with the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme song of Elmo's World before the segment starts. Has the red background with Mario, and has, in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 1999 PBS Kids dot ident. Alright. Now, episode 2113, which is The Magic Book, would air on Wednesday, September 18th, 2002, and would be the very first episode of The Mario Show to ever show the books segment of Elmo's World from season 1. Yes, it already aired on Sesame Street in 1999 during season 30 of Sesame Street in February of 1999, but it would not be until September 2002 when it finally shows up on The Mario Show. So as such, it'll be a brand new Elmo's World episode for Mario Show episodes at least. Even though it's from season 1, and it's, as a result, it got pushed back to season 21 of The Mario Show in September 2002 as a result of it not airing until season 21 of The Mario Show. Despite that, it still keeps the original season 1 intro and theme from 1998 to 1999 intact before the segment starts. It's got the purple background with Bowser in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident. Now on to episode 2116. Before we get into that, episodes 2106 to 2113, they have the 1999 Maryland Public Television logo at the end. But beginning with episode 2116, which is Bad Monkey Magic, they would switch over to the 2002 Maryland Public Television logo. Speaking of episode 2116, Bad Monkey Magic, that episode would air on Monday, September 23rd, 2002. And it would have the Bananas segment of Elmo's World from season 2 during season 31 of Sesame Street. And it would have the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme, but with special sound effects playing over it. Kind of like what happened in the Prime version of episode 4084 of Sesame Street from season 36, which also had special and different sound effects in the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme. That's also what happens here. It's also got the blue background with Princess Rosalina in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end. Now for episode 2118, which is Elmo's Mario Land Sing-Along Party, that episode would air on Wednesday, September 25th, 2002, has the Elmo's World singing segment from season 2 during season 31 of Sesame Street, with the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before the segment starts, has the red background with Mario and the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 1999 PBS Kids dot ident. Now, episode 2123, which is Sleepover at Elmo's World, it only contains the Elmo's World Sleep segment in the home video version of the episode. It's the same segment that appeared in episode 2106, except that 2106 had the sleep segment on both TV airings and home video releases. But on episode 2123, the segment appears on home video releases only. TV airings completely omit the segment overall. But it's the same sleep segment from Fred the Fish's Sleepy Day, of course, from season 4 during season 33 of Sesame Street, except it's got the light blue background with Princess Rosalina and the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end. And now we get into episode 2128, Bowling Day on Sesame Street. And before we get into that, Sleepover at Elmo's World would air on Wednesday, October 2nd, 2002. Now, episode 2128, Bowling Day on Sesame Street, That episode would air a week later on Wednesday, October 9th, 2002. It has the Balls segment of Elmo's World from Season 1 during Season 30 of Sesame Street with the Season 1 intro and theme before it starts. Has the purple background with Bowser in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident. Now we get into episode 2130, which is Bowser Breaks Mario's Bicycle. That episode would air on Friday, October 11th, 2002. And it would have the Bicycle segment of Elmo's World from Season 3 during Season 32 of Sesame Street, with the Season 2 to 5 intro and theme at the beginning before it starts. It has the green background with Luigi in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident at the end. Alright, now on to episode 2133, which is Mario and Grover Play Restaurant. That aired on Wednesday. That episode, Mario and Grover Play Restaurant, aired on Wednesday, October 16th, 2002, and has the Elmo's World food segment from Season 1 produced during Season 30 of Sesame Street, of course. And has the Season 1 intro and theme before it starts. It has the yellow background with Yoshi in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident at the end. Now we'll get into episode 2134, Bowser Jr. Has Trouble Getting Dressed, and that episode would air on Thursday, October 17th, 2002, and has the Elmo's World Getting Dressed segment from Season 4 during Season 33 of Sesame Street, with the Seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before the Elmo's World segment starts. Has the red background with Mario in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident. Now, episode 2134, that will be the last episode with the 2001 Columbia TriStar domestic television logo at the end. And now we get into episode 2137, which is Computer Catastrophe, the very first episode to use the 2002 Sony Pictures television logo at the end. And I completely forgot to mention this when I did the long, in-depth version of the video a couple of days ago. The episode Computer Catastrophe aired on Tuesday, October 22nd, 2002. If I forgot to mention it in that video, I'm mentioning it right here. Computer Catastrophe aired on Tuesday, October 22nd, 2002, which is when the Sony Pictures television logo first appeared in. Has the Elmo's World Computer segment from Season 3 during Season 32 of Sesame Street, with the Seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before it starts. Has the light blue background with Princess Rosalina, and has the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end. Now we get into episode 2138, which is Fred's Fishbowl Leaks. That episode would air on Wednesday, October 23rd, 2002. Has the Elmo's World Pets segment from Season 3 during Season 32 of Sesame Street, of course, with the Seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before it starts. It has the yellow background with Yoshi in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident. And episode 2139, which is No Dogs Allowed. That episode would air on Thursday, October 24th, 2002. Has the Elmo's World Dog segment from Season 2 during Season 31 of Sesame Street. Has the red background with Mario. And also has the Seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before the Elmo's World segment starts, of course. Has the red background with Mario. And has the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident at the end. Has the red background with Mario and the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident at the end. Alright. Now episode 2140. which is the after-school Halloween dance, which is the episode where both Sesame Street characters and Arthur characters appear together in a Mario Show episode, taking place 2 weeks after the events of the episode Elwood City Turns 100, which aired on Monday, October 14th, 2002 for the Arthur episode. And this Mario Show episode, the After School Halloween Dance, aired 11 days later on Friday, October 25th, 2002, and has the Elmo's World dancing segment from Season 1 during Season 30 of Sesame Street, with the Season 1 intro and theme before the segment starts, of course. It also has the light blue background with Princess Rosalina, and it has the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end. And the Arthur episode, Elwood City Turns 100, also had the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end. Alright. Next up, episode 2143. This is the very last episode of the Mario Show with an Elmo's World segment to actually be produced during season 33 of Sesame Street. And that is Mario and Luigi Can't Find Their Babies Anywhere. And that episode would air on Wednesday, October 30th, 2002. Has the Elmo's World Baby segment from Season 2 during Season 31 of Sesame Street with the Seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before it starts. Has the blue background, light blue background with Princess Rosalina. And has the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident at the end. And now we get into the first Mario Show episode to feature the new Elmo puppet, of course, which would also mean it's the first episode to be produced during season 34 of Sesame Street, episode 2155, which is Journey to Elmo, which aired on Friday, November 15th, 2002, and it has the Elmo's World Games segment from season 3. Now, what's interesting is that the Elmo's World Games segment has the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before it starts. And what's interesting is that episode 2155 has the pink background with Peach in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers at the beginning. The pink background with Princess Peach, of course, in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers at the beginning, but has the green background with Luigi in the same Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers at the very end. As a result, it would have the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident at the end, but with the 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident's audio playing over it. Usually when the pink background is used at both the beginning and the end, it usually has the dot transformation ident, but because the green background is used at the end and the pink one is at the beginning, the audio from the dot transformation ident plays over the 1999 Dash ident. It's kind of like what happened with Zoom broadcasts. And now we get into episode 2156, which is Global Grover, and that episode would air on Monday, November 18th, 2002, which serves as a pilot episode to what would become a Sesame Street segment in season 34. That also has the newer Elmo puppet from season 34 in the main plot. It also has the music segment of Elmo's World from season 1 during season 30 of Sesame Street, with the original season 1 intro and theme before it starts. It has the purple background with Bowser in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident at the end. And as for 2160, which is Who Stole Luigi's Hat, that episode would air on Friday, November 22nd, 2002, and has the Elmo's World Hat segment from season 1 during season 30 of Sesame Street, but it contains an edited version of the Hats episode that would also be used on the DVD and VHS release of Head to Toe with Elmo, in that it uses Dorothy's Imagination sound effects in the Dorothy's Imagination portion of the Hats episode here. And those sound effects are used from season 2, Those were added in on the DVD and VHS of Head to Toe with Elmo, which is also used here. But unlike the Head to Toe with Elmo DVD and VHS release, which incorrectly used the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme from 2000 to 2003, the Mario Show episodes featuring the edited version of those segments still contain the original season 1 intro and theme from 1998 to 1999. This episode has the original season 1 intro and theme intact despite the Hats episode being edited. It also has the green background with Luigi and the viewers like you and thank you disclaimers. And has the 1999 PBS Kids dash ident at the end. Alright, next up, episode 2164, which is Bowser Jr.'s First Thanksgiving. That episode would air on Thanksgiving Day, November 28th of 2002. It's another episode with the newer Elmo puppet from season 34. It has the Elmo Sword Families segment from season 3 during season 32 of Sesame Street. But this is the very first episode of the Mario Show to ever air the family segment, as it's another segment to be pushed back to the season, much like Books from season 1, which aired during season 30 of Sesame Street, was pushed back. And, of course, Families would have the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before the segment starts, as it's a season 3 segment. It also has the purple background with Bowser in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident. Next up, episode 2168, which is the Listening Game. This is a season 34 produced Mario Show episode that has the 1997 Elmo puppet in it, because it takes place at Elmo's World in this episode. The episode The Listening Game would air on Wednesday, December 4th, 2002, and this has the earliest appearance of the Elmo's World Ears segment, which is a segment from season 5 that aired ahead of its time in this episode of the Mario Show. As such, it would be the first Elmo's World episode from season 5 to air on the Mario Show, and then it eventually aired again on Sesame Street on April 8th, 2003 during season 34 of Sesame Street, in episode 4032, where Elmo falls in love with Gina. And, of course, it would have the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before the segment starts. It has the light blue background with Princess Rosalina and the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation at the end. Mail was the first season 5 segment to air on Sesame Street, and Ears was the second. But Ears would be the first season 5 segment to air on the Mario Show, and the first season 5 segment to air, period. It's like Sesame Workshop is giving a preview of what's to come in season 34 in this episode of the Mario Show, in terms of the Elmo's World segment being shown. Alright. Next up is episode 2170, which is Mario's skiing lesson. This episode would air on Friday, December 6, 2002, of course, and would have the Jacket segment of Elmo's World from season 1, which is also the edited version from Head to Toe with Elmo, but with the season 1 intro and theme in this episode. And it has the Jacket segment was produced during season 30 of Sesame Street, obviously. which is why it has the season 1 intro and theme in this episode, despite using the edited version from Head to Toe of Elmo. In this episode, at least. It also has the purple background with Bowser and the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident. Next up is episode 2175, which is Merry Christmas, Rosalina. That episode is another episode produced during season 34 that will have the 1997 Elmo puppet in the main story. And this episode would air on Friday, December 13th, 2002, a week after episode 2170. Episode 2175 would also have the water segment of Elmo's World from season 1 during season 30 of Sesame Street, the edited version with different sound effects for the TV coming in, with just plain water splashing without any music playing at all, just like on Food, Water, and Exercise, except with the season 1 intro and theme still kept intact in this episode. And what's interesting is that it has the yellow background with Yoshi at the beginning in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, but it has the purple background with Bowser in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers at the very end. And as a result, it would use the 2002 PBS Kids Snow Globe ident at the end, but it would have the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident's audio playing over it. If the yellow background was used at both the beginning and the end, it would obviously use the Fishbowl ident. But if the purple background was used at the end, at the both beginning and end, if the purple background was used at both the beginning and end, it would have the Snow Globe ident, but with the correct audio. So that's what's cool about it. The Snow Globe ident uses the Fishbowl ident's audio as a result of the yellow background at the beginning, purple background at the end. Alright, next up is episode 2178, which is Bowser the Train Robber. That episode would air on Wednesday, December 18th, 2002. Has the Elmo's World transportation segment from season 1 during season 30 of Sesame Street, with the season 1 intro and theme before it starts. Has the pink background with Princess Peach, and has the 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident at the end. Next up, episode 2181, which is Toad's New Pair of Shoes. That contains the Elmo's World Shoes segment from season 1, and it aired on Monday, December 23rd of 2002. So Toad's New Pair of Shoes aired on Monday, December 23rd, 2002. Would have the Elmo's World Shoes segment from season 1 during season 30 of Sesame Street, and is once again the version that is used on Head to Toe of Elmo, that is edited here on this episode, and also on Head to Toe of Elmo. It contains the same edited version, but this Mario Show episode still uses the original season 1 intro and theme before the segment starts, despite using the edited version of the Shoes segment. It also has the red background with Mario and the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident at the end. Now, the next episode also uses the red background with Mario and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident at the end. And that is episode 2185, Bert's Pigeon Flies Away, which would be the last Mario Show episode with an Elmo's World segment to air in 2002, airing on Friday, December 27th, 2002. And this would be the very first time that the bird segment of Elmo's World is shown on the Mario Show. It's a segment from season 3 during season 32 of Sesame Street, but it wouldn't be until this episode of the Mario Show when this is finally shown, when this bird segment is finally shown on the Mario Show. it's another segment to be pushed back, just like Books and Families. And much like Families, Birds also uses the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before the segment starts. All right. Next up, we'll go into episode 2190. Telly accidentally lets go of his balloon. That episode would air on Friday, January 3rd of 2003. And Telly accidentally lets go of his balloon contains the Sky segment of Elmo's World from season 4 during season 33 of Sesame Street, airing for the very first time on the Mario Show. It's another segment to be pushed back, but it makes perfect sense in the time frame because season 33 of Sesame Street was still rerunning when this episode aired, and season 33 was still rerunning when season 21 concluded, when season 21 of the Mario Show concluded. So season 33 was still rerunning when season 21 of the Mario Show concluded, as it wouldn't be until April 2003 when season 34 of Sesame Street started premiering. So yes, it makes perfect sense to include the Sky segment of Elmo's World from season 4 in this Mario Show episode to air for the very first time on Telly accidentally lets go of his balloon, despite being pushed back to 11 months later in January 2003. So the season 4 segments being pushed back aren't really that big of a deal as much as the other seasons. And as such, and also, as for the theme song before the segment starts, the Elmo's World Sky segment, being from season 4, has the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before it starts, obviously. It also has the pink background with Peach, Princess Peach in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and the 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident in the episode Telly accidentally lets go of his balloon. Now to episode 2192, which is Tornado Warning in Mario Land. That episode would air on Tuesday, January 7th, 2003, just 3 months before season 34 of Sesame Street premiered. And that would contain the Tornado Warning in Mario Land would contain the Elmo's World weather segment from season 4, produced during season 33 of Sesame Street, with the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme, has the red background with Mario in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and has the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident at the end. Now we get into episode 2197, which is Fred the Fish and Dash Meet Elmo's Pet Goldfish Dorothy, which contains the Elmo's World Fish segment from season 4. And Fred the Fish and Dash Meet Elmo's Pet Goldfish Dorothy would air on Tuesday, January 14th, 2003, which is actually the exact same day Elmo's World Head to Toe with Elmo got released on VHS and DVD, along with the Arthur VHS and DVD releases Arthur's Snow Day and Arthur's Family Fun, and the Arthur DVD releases of Arthur Goes to Hollywood and Arthur's Famous Friends. And Fred the Fish and Dash Meet Elmo's Pet Goldfish Dorothy, which aired on Tuesday, January 14th, 2003, also contains the Elmo's World Fish segment of Elmo's World from season 4 during season 33 of Sesame Street, airing for the very first time on the Mario Show. So much like Sky, it makes sense for Fish to air for the first time in this time frame. It originally aired in February 2002 on Sesame Street during season 33, much like Sky. But it makes perfect sense for Fish to finally air on this episode of the Mario Show on January 14th, 2003, because season 33, as I've already said, was still rerunning at the time. And Fish, being a season 4 segment, would also have the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before the segment starts. It would have the yellow background with Yoshi, and fittingly enough, it would have the 2002 PBS Kids fishbowl ident at the end. And it's another episode from season 34. It's another season 34. Fred the Fish and Dash Meet Elmo's Pet Goldfish Dorothy is another season 34 produced season 21 Mario Show episode that has the 1997 Elmo puppet on it. And next up is episode 2198, which is New York City Firefighters Fixed a Smoke Detector. This is very interesting because this episode would air on Friday, January 15th, 2003, which was about 3 months before episode 4037 of Sesame Street aired, which was during season 34. And the Elmo's World segment that appeared in that Sesame Street episode, 4037, makes its Mario Show debut here in this episode. New York City Firefighters Fixed a Smoke Detector, even though that episode would air 3 months before the Sesame Street episode would. It does contain the Elmo's World Firefighters segment from technically season 4, because it was released on home video on Elmo Visits the Firehouse in September 2002 first. Then, on January 15, 2003, which is a Wednesday, January 15, 2003, it then aired on the Mario Show for the first time. And then eventually, 3 months later, on April 15, 2003, which was a Tuesday, it would air on Sesame Street during season 34. And Firefighters segment would have the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before it starts. It also has the green background with Luigi and a 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident. So yes, Firefighters airs in this episode on the Mario Show. And as such, Firefighters and Ears are the only season 34 Elmo's World episodes that aired in season 34 of Sesame Street to air in season 21 of the Mario Show. The rest of the episodes from season 34 of Sesame Street that had Elmo's World segments on them, which were all about mail, wild animals, and open and close, would not air until the next season, season 22. Oh, and by the way, episode 2198, New York City Firefighters Fixed a Smoke Detector, that's another season 34 produced season 21 episode with the 1997 Elmo puppet on it. That's because, let's say that episode 2175, episode 2197, and 2168 were produced during the very beginning of season 34 production. And the rest of the episodes produced during season 34 would be somewhere in the middle or near the tail end of season 34 production. And the last one we'll go over is Mario Helps a Lost Pig Find His Home, which is episode 2199, airing on Thursday, January 16th, 2003. And that contains the Elmo's World Farm segment from season 2 during season 31 of Sesame Street. Has the red background with Mario in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers, and 1999 PBS Kids dot ident at the end. And the Elmo's World Farm segment, being from season 2, has the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme before it starts, obviously. And I mentioned that it had the red background with Mario and 1999 PBS Kids dot ident at the end in the Viewers Like You and Thank You disclaimers. So to give a quick recap, Mario Helps a Lost Pig Find Its Home has aired on Thursday, January 16th, 2003, has the Elmo's World Farm segment from season 2 during season 31 of Sesame Street with the seasons 2 to 5 intro and theme. red background of Mario and the viewers like you and thank you disclaimers and 1999 PBS Kids ident at the end. And also in the main story of episode 2199, the Elmo puppet that's used in that Mario Show episode is the newer season 34 puppet. That pretty much covers it all. And that was the recapped, shortened version of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it, Jeremy Barton.